Hi business owners, it's Claire from Claire Wright, and today I want to talk about a couple of the main reasons that sole traders avoid dealing with their business finances. Procrasti-cleaning, mindless scrolling, or even rearranging the pantry is more appealing than dealing with your business finances. Then let's dig into some of the reasons. Because the temptation to avoid business finances, accounting, bookkeeping, and the money side of business is really common for sole traders. But I'm going to say that avoiding them is not helping you because so many decisions are based on financial information or should have financial information backing them up. Things like, how can you be sure that you can afford that course or you can afford support to make your Facebook page consistent? How are you going to know how much tax you need to pay at the end of the year so that you're not faced with a tax bill that you weren't expecting? How will you decide if you need to get a part-time job if you have no idea how your business is performing on that financial level? And I'm going to say that not everything in your business can be measured by the amount of cash in your bank account, particularly if you aren't separating business banking from personal banking, and you should be. And if you don't do your finances, you're kind of relying on gut feel and guess for a business that you want to support you financially. So let's look at two of the reasons that come up commonly that lead to people avoiding their business finances, and importantly, let's look at what you can do about them. So the first one that comes up, and this comes up with most people, just a general lack of confidence around numbers and financial things. And it's the trifecta of the process, the jargon, and the software can really make bookkeeping, financial management, whatever you want to call it, really feel unattainable. But mentally, as a business owner, you're going to need to at some point accept that running a business means you also need to run the business finances. There is really no escaping that your business has a financial side, and as the owner, it is your responsibility to manage that. I know that's a bit of tough love, but that's the reality. And also, I want to say that most of the stigma of accounting being difficult and complicated is related to big business. For most sole traders, it is 100% possible and realistic for them to do their own bookkeeping with a few check-ins throughout the year with their tax accountant. It is entirely possible, entirely feasible, and entirely doable. What you need to do, what you need to work on, are the practical skills that help you to manage your finances and manage your money. These are totally learnable skills. Accountants are not born with a calculator in hand. So there are a few stages I recommend for straightforward sole trader businesses. Now, these are not specific or tailored to your circumstances. Obviously, it is really just a general rule of thumb. So if you're kind of in business and you're doing under $2,500 in sales a month, you can probably get away with a simple spreadsheet to track income and expenses that totals what's coming in and what's going out, in terms of using that as a system for you. And then you can start to add on things like taxes to work that out as well. Once you're over that kind of $2,500 a month, I really would recommend you start trialing bookkeeping softwares, because at this level you have enough time to learn and enough time to make mistakes before you have any short-term reporting deadlines. Then once you're over that kind of $5,000 a month, like you really should use a software, and ideally one that links to the ATO, because you are closing in on that GST threshold and you need to be confident using the software for those regular reporting deadlines. And to be honest, learning a software and learning GST at the same time is generally kind of just a little bit too much for most people. So you ease your way into it. So you ease your way in, starting with a simple spreadsheet and building the habit of tracking, moving into a software, learning how to use it, and then learning GST really ease you into that business level you want to be at. So the second major reason people avoid their business finances is that they have this philosophy that money isn't important. The money isn't the reason you're in business. You just want to be able to help clients. You just want to be able to have the freedom, the flexibility, and the lifestyle. And that's all great. And I'm not saying money is the most important thing, but as I talked about recently in the money and success video, the lifestyle you want requires a certain amount of money. So ignoring the money is almost ignoring those desires you have. Now, this approach I find is often a pushback on lots of limiting beliefs around money or you in relation to money. So beliefs, rich people are greedy and selfish, and that's caused by money. More money equals more problems, which is why a lot of people resist that GST and the GST threshold of targeting $75,000 a year. But then we also have beliefs around specifically to you as an individual, like needing to work hard for money, or having to have a certain level of experience to deserve the money, or having to have gone through terrible things to deserve the money. Or maybe you think you just aren't good with money because it burns a hole in your pocket and it's gone before you know it. Now, these are all limiting beliefs, and if your philosophy, or if you're, when you're saying money's not important, are coming from these limiting beliefs, there is work to be done to free you up from those. So what you need to do is work on identifying your primary beliefs around money and your relationship to money, because then you can change those thoughts, because beliefs are just thoughts we've put on repeat. So once you've identified them, start looking for where that's not true. Look for examples of when you have held on to money, or look for rich people who are doing amazing and generous things in the world, because not everybody with lots of money is a mean person. Maybe look for examples or assess when money has actually meant less problems, if that's one of your beliefs. Like maybe you were able to visit a relative at short notice, or maybe you were able to buy something for someone in need. There's lots of ways to do good things with money and lots of ways to change your relationship with money. So those are two of the most common reasons I find people avoiding dealing with their business finances. And what you have to remember is dealing with your business finances is good for business, which means it's good for you. So if this video has been useful, I would love you to give me a thumbs up or comment and let me know what you need to work on to stop avoiding your business finances. And you can always subscribe for more content like this, business finance and money confidence. And if you need my help in working through some of these issues, working through deserving money, working through having to work hard, which is things that come up for me all the time, then reach out and we can have a free chat about whether my services could be a good fit for you.